Hey, what's up, everybody? I appreciate you guys coming back to the channel to keep it filmed with me. You know, it helps out a lot when you like, comment, subscribe, and share these videos. That just helps me keep this thing going, so I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming back to keep it filmed with me. Now, last video, we dove into screenwriting. Do you guys remember what we talked about? Let's do a little recap. Cue the video. All right, so you got your writing program. You decided to, if you're gonna write a feature or a short, now you have to decide on what the conflict's gonna be. What is your story gonna be about? So now that we have done our little recap, I know that you guys have this $1 million screenplay ready to go, right? You guys are putting on your Sunday best. You got your cologne on, your perfume on, you got the right shoes on, you're making phone calls, you're setting up meetings, maybe virtual meetings these days. But anyway, you're setting up meetings and you think these meetings might go a little bit like this.
Well, did you bring the goods? Yeah, I got them. All right here. The whole thing. Nice, nice. Yeah, I like this, kid. Good, good. All right. Well, here's your money. It's all right, kid. Come back again. Yes. Solved. All right, I'll see you next time.
Wrong. There may be some cases where screenplays are sold that easily, but it's very rare. And I don't want to get your hopes up to think that every screenplay is sold that easy, okay? There are certain steps that you have to go through in order to maybe possibly get your screenplay sold, okay? And I say maybe possibly because there's so many different things that you can do with your screenplay once you're done with them. But first, there are some steps that you have to take, okay? For instance, let's say you got that first draft done of the screenplay. First of all, congratulations. That is a huge accomplishment, okay? Especially in today's world. I mean, look, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of distractions. There's social media, there's friends, there's family, there's COVID all around you. So that is a huge accomplishment, all right? Getting that first draft done, pat yourself on the back, okay? I want you guys to acknowledge that. Very, very huge accomplishment. Congratulations. But we have to remember that sometimes it's going to take more than one draft of that screenplay, okay? In some cases, it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drafts and more in order to get that screenplay just right, all right? For example, I wrote a screenplay for a friend. You know, he got involved with the Italian mob. He went to prison, and it's a long story, but it's a good story. And it starts in Queens, New York, and it ends up in Arizona. It's a very good story. The thing is, it took 6 drafts to get that story just right, okay? And this was a screenplay that I wrote. And by the end of it all, I was exhausted. So I want to let you guys know that, especially if you are writing a screenplay that you are hired to write, sometimes you're going to have to write draft after draft after draft. So don't be surprised if that does happen to you, okay? That is not out of the ordinary. That can be normal sometimes, all right? If the person that is hiring you to write that screenplay is looking for a particular way that they want that story told, it's probably going to require you to write a number of different drafts. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, so you got your drafts written. You are feeling pretty good about it. Now you're ready to sell that screenplay. Uh, Wrong. There's different options, okay? I want you guys to keep these other options in mind. Yeah, you can go ahead and sell that screenplay, or if you're being hired to write that screenplay, yeah, this is probably the time where you go ahead and hand that screenplay in and you get compensated the rest of your money for writing that screenplay. But if you are just writing a spec script, which is a screenplay that you're just writing to pretty much put in your catalog of screenplays that you write. So this is a story that you have developed yourself. You developed the characters, you developed the setting, you developed the conflict, you developed everything about this story. This is one that you're just going to either put in your catalog or you plan on producing yourself. Then there's a number of different things that you can do with this. Okay. You could take this screenplay and you could literally just sit it in your catalog and just put it on the shelf. All right. You could take this screenplay and you can go ahead and enter it into a number of different contests. Okay, there's contests, thousands of contests out there that you can enter your screenplay in. And in this way, some people do this so the screenplay will win awards and catch the attention of producers and a number of different people in the industry. And that's how some people make their way in the door. Or you could take this screenplay and you can produce it yourself. But remember, the things that we talked about in Screenwriting 101, if this is something that you're planning on producing yourself, make sure you have the budget to do that. Okay, and make sure you're writing a screenplay that you would be able to produce. Remember, we talked about those car chases and explosions. Hopefully you don't have a whole bunch of those in there if you only have a budget of $500. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right. Now, so you've written your first draft. You either have to go ahead and write more drafts, or you're good with the first draft, you want to go ahead and put it in your catalog, or you want to go ahead and produce this film. There's so many different things that you can do with the screenplay once you're done writing it. Now, some things that I don't recommend is taking your screenplay and trying to sell it on Facebook. I've seen so many different writers make this mistake, okay? And like I said, maybe you might get lucky one day and say, hey, I wrote this screenplay. I'm coming to this Facebook page to sell it for $1 million. I highly doubt it, but hey, I'm not going to knock your hustle if there is somebody out there that has done this. I just don't think that there's very many people going to Facebook with $1 million to buy a screenplay. I don't see that happening, but like I said, if that's something that you feel like you can get done, then by all means, go ahead and do it. But there are a number of different posts out there saying, hey, I have a screenplay, the genre is drama, here is the log line, here is the synopsis, I'm selling it for $900,000. Kudos to you if you can get that done. Like I said, I don't recommend that though. A lot of people that are buying screenplays or optioning screenplays are not going to be browsing Facebook looking for them, okay? Most of the time, these are people that that you can find maybe by browsing IMDB Pro. IMDB Pro is definitely a program that you're gonna wanna get onto if you are in the filmmaking world. This program not only lists the films that are made, but it also lists contact information for sales agents, producers, directors, actors, people within camera departments, lighting departments, anybody who's pretty much involved in the making of film has profiles on IMDB Pro. So if you're not on IMDB Pro, I highly recommend looking into what it takes in order to get on IMDB Pro. Okay. Get on there and set up your profile, and get to work. Like I said, there's a number of different people on there that you can network with. Okay, if selling your screenplay is something that you're looking to do, or optioning your screenplay is something that you're looking to do. Okay, back in the day when I got started, I wrote my, I want to say, third screenplay, and I took it through 3 different drafts. I felt like it was ready to go. So what did I do? I got on IMDB Pro, and I got a number of different emails to various different producers, and I sent out about 150 emails. Okay, I maybe received about 15 replies back from these 150 emails, and out of the 15, I maybe had 4 serious producers that were interested in producing the film, and out of those 4, I maybe had 2 producers that possibly had the budget to produce my film, but they weren't ready to move on it yet. And this is what, I guess, motivated me to get into producing myself. I really got tired of the waiting game, so I went ahead and I looked into what it would take for me to produce my own films, and here I am today. So like I said, there's a number of different paths you can take once that screenplay is written. Okay, don't feel like, or don't think that you are locked into one option when it comes to getting your screenplay out there. I mean, if you're just the type of person that just likes writing and you want to put it on the shelf, then do that. If you're the type of person that wants to shop it out and try to sell it or option it, then do that. If you're the type of person that wants to take that screenplay and actually produce it, then go ahead and do that as well. And like I said, you can also write screenplays for other people. Just keep in mind, if you are writing for another person, they may require you to take that screenplay through a number of different drafts, especially if you do not put that in the contract. Like, I made the mistake of not putting the number of different drafts that I would write for that particular job in the contract, and that is why I ended up doing about 6 different drafts for that particular project I was telling you guys about. Okay, so if you are writing for somebody and they are paying you to do so, I would recommend putting in the contract, hey, I'm only going to do 2 to 3 drafts for this particular project. Okay, so that way you won't be looking at 3 years down the line doing 100 different drafts for this one particular project. Okay, so I don't know, you really have to choose what path you want to take. And before you take those paths, do your research, okay? There's so many different things that you can do with your screenplay once it is complete, all right? So I hope this video was helpful. Whether you choose to just write and shelf your screenplay, put it in your catalog, or choose to write and produce your screenplay, or choose to write and shop your screenplay out, I hope this video helps you get those thoughts going. Maybe even before you write your screenplay, or while you're writing your screenplay, exactly what it is you want to do with your screenplay. Okay, because there's a number of different options. Okay, and once again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, especially subscribe to the channel, and let other filmmakers know about the channel. Let them know that they can come keep it film with me as well. All right, next time we'll be talking about something else. All right, so I'm going to take you guys all the way from the process of writing a screenplay to the process of actually producing the film. So we are working our way there. All right, so check in next time, and we'll be talking about another phase of getting towards producing a film, or another step towards getting towards producing the film. All right.